Hello, my people. Manuel Kanza here once again. Kudro Central is your program, and we're back with another show for you. And today, I'm not going to speak too much because you know we're on the second season of our show, Kuduro and Afro House, the way from Angola. But now we're expanding abroad. We're expanding across Africa. We're going to share with you a lot of things, not only just from Angola, but also across Africa. So stay tuned because today's show is going to be one of the best shows. As usual, we always have something to share with you. There is amazing dance and music. And as you know, it's not really easy for us because our show is about bringing you the show in English, but obviously the show is made in Angola. Our guests, our co-presenters all speak Portuguese, but I'm sure you'll be able to enjoy just the same way if you enjoyed the first season of our show. So without further ado, stay tuned because the show is about to begin.
Okay. So one of the things, Daria, that is going on here in Angola in terms of Kuduro and Afro House, for example, we spoke about so much trendy moves, less old moves of Kuduro, even Afro House that are less used now, and we see more and more genres being mixed all over Africa. Like we see Amapiano being mixed with Afrobeats and Amapiano being mixed with the Kuduro and Afro. So what's happening is, based on what we were just talking recently, I think that it's going to be difficult for us to have people come to classes like learn Kuduro Afro House and actually want to know the history. Because even the music, as it is presented, in terms of music, I should say it's well organized. Like if you want to listen to Afrobeats, you know who to go to. And if you want to listen to Amapiano, you know it's South Africa. But the part of the dance is all messed up. If you will find any of the Amapiano moves in the Afrobeats dance classes and also in Kuduro and Afro House dance classes. So this makes students not being able to decide what they really want to learn. So it's all very confusing because since COVID, many dances from Africa started to come to surface and people started to see a lot more. Like if you remember in 2019 and 2018, things were very, I would say, very well presented. We knew that Ghana was providing a lot of moves and also Afrobeats in Nigeria. And then people also knew what Kuduro is. But now today it's just completely different. And now here in Angola, one of the funniest part is most dancers that do Kuduro and Afro House aren't really always using Kuduro and Afro House moves. They're always using some influence from other styles. Now, my question to you is, as a professional dancer that you are, how many people do you recognize in your community that you think they are willing to teach Afro House or Kuduro correctly? How many people can you count? You think they are in your community?
Oh, not so many.
Really?
Not so many. Yeah, even because Afro House and Kuduro might have that idea that they are difficult dances. more Kuduro than the others. So people get scared when they hear Kuduro. They say, "Oh, this is such a hard dance. I cannot learn it because I'm a beginner," or so. Or they think that it's aggressive. So they take the fact that it's an energetic dance by being aggressive, which is not, or depends on the stage of the Kuduro. Depends what style of Kuduro you want to learn. If it's underground, if it's classic Kuduro, and so on. But people don't really have that true idea of Kuduro, that it's as any other style. It's as hip hop. You can take the basic and keep learning and growing. And of course, it can be hard if you see a very advanced dancer or Angolan dancer. It's amazing. Wow, it seems not so easy, but it's not like we cannot learn it.
But it's funny, when they see dancers from Angola, how do they identify, for example, this is Kuduro and this is Afro House that this person is doing? If they're usually not interested in doing Kuduro, like how do they know? How will they know, oh, this is Kuduro and that is Afro House? Because as far as I know, most people they can't even distinguish the difference between Afro House music and Kuduro music. So sometimes I get very surprised how people can reject a dance not knowing how it's done or how it really looks like. I still find it funny. So so my question to you, do you see the same thing happening in dance battles? Like
Yes.
they prefer to do Afro House than Kuduro, or is it different in dance battles? They rather use Kuduro instead of Afro House in dance battles? What's your point of view?
They use more Afro House. They use a lot of footwork for Afro House. Few moves still coming from Afro House, like Utoke, Sangra, and so on, or new moves like Martelo, I don't know, Nastra, Canastra, everything. Kuduro, they might use some, but not so much. Not so much. Even if in a battle here in Europe, I'm talking just about Europe, if you hear Kuduro songs, they dance even with Afro House moves or any other move, they would do a fusion on it. They would dance maybe in Dombolo or use Coupe de Calais moves, but not so many actually dance Kuduro in these battles that I've seen from my experience.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. So I think Kuduro, it's not very like good based in Europe, because even in dance festivals, in Afro dance festivals, Kuduro classes are maybe one, maximum two. They don't have many classes for Kuduro. There is a lot of classes of Afro House, but Kuduro not so much, actually. And of course, there is Amapiano, Conto, and other styles.
Yeah. And do you think that people use more Afro house music or Kuduro music?
Yeah, it's Afro House music mostly, but also Kuduro. Kuduro music, it's still present. Actually, not very, 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 even in parties, but it's more Afro House, more like new beats that are coming up in the last years. You don't even hear like musics like older ones from the beginning, like I don't Zenze or really old music, like old Afro House music. You don't hear that anymore. It's just like new Afro House beats. Actually, I don't hear Kuduro in a lot of parties. Maybe one song or two songs, but not so much.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Well, I wanted to ask you, did you hear, are you tempted to enter the Amapiano genre? Like, are you tempted to provide that to your class? Because I know students, they will come for the hype. Like, what's your strategy to keep your students taking your class? Like, what is it that you think you apply to get them, to attract them to keep coming for class?
Yeah, so mainly in my classes, I actually change the style. Maybe if I have, let's say, four classes per month, right? Maybe two of the classes, let's say it will be Amapiano, and the last two classes Afro House. And then from the next month, we will see, I don't know, two classes with Azonto moves and another two classes with Kuduro moves. You can really have a taste of each specifically with the music so they can understand it and make the difference. And I mostly do this because people are very curious. They want to know, they want to learn the piano music, Afrobeats. So other than that, on being very specific in each style, sometimes I might do Afrofusion choreos in which on a very permissive song, let's say on an Afrobeat song, I would adapt Afro House and Kuduro moves and mix them with some Amapiano and Afrobeats just by doing a choreography, but I explain to them each move from where it comes. So
Nice.
I understand the people from here and their curiosity, and I learn from each style, and when I'm sure about it, I kind of give them a taste so they can decide for the future what they want to learn more, what they want to do.
Okay, that's good. Now, speaking of Angola, what are the three important things you wanna explore when you come to Angola? Because I'm hoping you come to Angola, and I know you're
I'm planning that.
you're ready. What are the three main things you wanna explore when you get to Angola?
A live class with you. I want to learn live with you because we've been doing classes for so many years online. So I need to experience that feeling face to face. I want to meet your dancers from Inspira Dance. I want to train with them, make videos. I want to meet like other dancers. I want to learn from Vandro Poster also,
Yeah.
and food. I want to visit, and just dance all day and train.
Okay,
Parties. I want parties. I want to go to concerts and parties with Afro House and Kuduro.
oh.
And dance battles. I've said 10 things, okay, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
so many.
I'm counting. That's 7 already.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a lot. I will have all of my time there just to learn and explore. And
And if we talk about musicians, which musician of Kuduro or Afro House would you like to meet if there is a chance to meet one? To meet some.
oh my God,
Who are your top 5?
Titika.
Uh-huh.
She's my forever favorite. Number 1. Noite Dia, Skrokikuya. Let's see who more.
Ronaldo Sambala
Maybe
or Nero Americano or DJ Vadu.
Ronaldo Sambala. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jessica Pitbull.
Jessica. I was gonna say Jessica.
Jessica, yeah. Everyone that's available, but it would be such an amazing experience. And I would still love to meet, if possible, Os Muchachos, if they're still there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Tony Amado. That would be the most iconic experience ever, to meet some of them and get some advice, some
Yeah.
teaching lessons. Wow.
Yeah, the muchachos, that's a good thing you should put on your bucket list because yes, they are still around and they will be available to meet you. Obviously, they would like to see also what you got. You know, right now here in Angola, we're starting to receive more and more dancers coming overseas, and most of them,
Yeah.
most of them don't announce their visit, but they do come. They learn how to dance. They learn the whole experience and everything. I think we receive a lot of professional dancers every month here coming overseas to learn Kuduro and
I
Afro. Yeah, and most of them they don't post. There are some that come, they don't even they probably don't post nothing about it. You will only see them taking classes with Vandro and other dancers. Of course, some of them come to my studio, but they don't usually post the videos. So I think this is also a way not to showcase what they're learning because obviously they pay the flight ticket, it's an investment. So they want people to take classes. But if you come, there are ways that you can do that. For example, Stephen was here for 3 months or more, I think. And I think his focus was mainly to explore and make dance videos. He wasn't really for the full-time class and learn and teach because I don't think he's interested to teach yet. But you are already a teacher. So I think what you would need to do is obviously make a lot of videos that you can take home and then you can post whenever you think it's possible. And probably take those live classes that you just spoke, take the classes live and make a lot of videos in very specific spaces here in Angola. But let me tell you, when I don't know, but when it's gonna be the right time that you're gonna feel to come, just make sure don't come when it's hot. When it's hot, don't visit when it's hot. You will regret because it gets really hot here, really, really hot. Yeah, so I think, like I said, around July until September, it's good time. Even from May to September is good time. And there's a lot of good shows around that time. People are
Mm-hmm.
outside because it's chill, it's not too hot. And right now in Angola, since COVID, things are starting to pick up again. So I hope you do get to come to Angola this year and explore this wonderful culture. Now, one of the things, one of the things that I wanted to also talk to you about is, are you aware of the new music that are coming out right now? Like, are you aware of the music that Stroke Kuya did with I think it's the Portuguese Bruno de Carvalho? How do you feel of the Afro house done now compared to the Afro house done
Yes.
compared to the Afro house done 6 years ago? How do you feel the difference now? The Afro house being done now and the Afro house 6 years ago. What do you feel have changed?
So I really appreciate Skroki Kuya as an artist and also his collaboration with Bruno Carvalho and I think Liliana is her name for the new song.
Yeah,
I didn't hear the full song yet, but I know about it. I know the sound.
yeah,
I always love the beat that they make, and it's very energetic. But as for the dance, he changed a lot because now he makes like easier moves for his songs, something that maybe everyone does, so he can go further than Angola. He doesn't make moves as Particama.
yeah,
Stroke Kuya did that. So that's maybe a move that always goes. It's such a vibe, but it takes a bit of time to actually learn it and feel it, right?
yeah.
Now every dance for each song is very easy and very accessible to everyone, and I understand the tactic behind it and the thinking behind it, because Kuduro needs to go forward and it needs to get international. So yeah. But I really miss those steps from Skroki Kuya that are like very, very strong.
Yeah.
I miss that because he did a lot
Mm.
in the past in terms of dance steps that stayed in the style, and they're very specific and very, very, very beautiful.
Yeah. I think one of the strongest, youngest musicians here in terms of Afro House and Kuduro is, I would say, Neru Americano is very creative, and there's a lot more dancing in his videos
Yes.
compared to Skroki Kuya. And when it comes to Kuduro, I would say Noiti Dia and Jessica Pitbull. I think I would, for me personally, I would go watch Noiti Dia because she has more dancing in her work that is very professional in terms of presentation, kind of. Besides those, jumping or the ladies that really go crazy sometimes, but in terms of what it could be, I think Noiti Dia, she really showcases what Kuduro really is, the underground environment of Kuduro. Yeah, and as far as the elder ones, I would say Preto Show was one of the biggest ones, but he obviously he stopped. He's like really just stopped making music for some time, and I think we will not have another Preto Show quality for a while because every beat that Preto Show dropped was fire, straight fire. And
Yes.
yeah, and all his music, all his Afro House musics were top notch. So since he retired, we are left with Skroki Kuya and Nero Americano, which are the only ones holding up until now. Besides the DJs, Habia DJs, Vado Posted, and all the other DJs. Because right now, what I'm trying to say is there really isn't too much going on in terms of Afro House and Kuduro besides these four people that I spoke about. Noite Dia, Jessica Pitbull, Nero Americano, and Skroki Kuya. I can't really think of anyone else making hits that really has quality.
Yeah, no. It's Malune, the young one. She makes amazing music. Malune.
I know she's young, she's good, and she's very lucky because she has her father's support. Her father is very, very popular, and obviously he is turning her into a big artist, which is something that is gonna work over time, because she may be starting with Kuduro. You never know. One day she might be singing Kizomba or Samba, but I still feel her. She's a very good performer. That is very nice because she's a very good. Moon is a very good performer, and I think nowadays, if you are a performer, you will sell much more than someone who has good voice because people want to watch show. People want to watch shows and be amazed with something they're going to watch on stage, right? So I think good call. You talk about Maloney, but I think when it comes to that level, I think Maloney hasn't reached Nero Americano and Skroki Kuya level yet. So
I mean, with time, but I see her work. She's dope.
Do you know why I'm saying this? Because I recognize Maluni's talent, but if she makes a video by herself or a video where she's the highlight, a Kuduro video, I think she will have more work because right now, if you watch her videos, she has the support of the best dancers in the country in her videos right now. But if you put Nero Americano by himself on a show, he will blast the whole stage by himself. If you put some Ronaldo Sambala by himself on stage, he will blast the whole stage by himself. If you put Nero Americano, he will do the same. But you still feel Maloney, she got energy. She's young and she can bring it. But I think in terms of more performance, yeah, there's still a little bit more she can bring, and I know she will evolve. But let me tell you, I love her songs. I love her songs. Her songs are really well made. And I don't know, I think you made a choreography to one of her music, right?
Yes, and actually I've been working on some of her songs a lot. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Being
but
with her voice, the lyrics, it's a professional work, so you can see that. And
yeah.
she will be amazing for the future. I hope she's still up there.
Yeah. So Daria, what other styles do you explore besides Kuduro and Afro House? What other styles can people see you doing? Like in
So
terms of dance.
so I'm doing and I'm learning Amapiano or South African dance. I love that, and I try to go to as many classes as possible when I'm traveling. I also started to explore Azonto that I really like. I like the groove, I like the music, so I can use that a lot. And then any style that comes, like Ndombolo, Coupe de Calais, I will take the classes and learn.
I thought you were gonna say heels class, some hip hop, some dance hall. You really love the Afro, right? The Afro
I
dances.
think I don't really have a lot of time
Yeah.
to do that. When I can, of course, yeah, but it's very rarely. It's not like
Yeah.
every time. So when I have the opportunity, of course, I also do that, but I don't teach it.
Yeah.
And just try to explore more of any African dance, because in a dance battle here in Europe, you would hear any style. So for example, me, if I hear a de Calais song, I will still do Kuduro, of course, because I don't have much experience with Coupe de Calais, but I still go to classes and try to understand it and practice its basics. So I try to explore from each part, so I will not be out of focus when I find one of the songs.
Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna thank you for this time, and I'm gonna thank you for taking your time for us to talk about this. We're gonna continue our talk in private, but I'm gonna end this live session now. And thank Daria for being part of Kuduro Central here program in Angola. Yeah, it's always nice to have you. Your energy is amazing. Can't wait to have you here in Angola and actually be part of the program I Love Kuduro in person when you visit.
That would be amazing. One of my dreams, though.
All right.
Then, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me stop this.